They called him the Prince of Darkness, the wildest man in rock. A living legend whose addictions were so extreme, doctors often wondered how he was still alive. Alcohol, drugs, chaos, a lifestyle that should have ended everything. But somehow, Ozzy Osbourne survived, and his story isn't just about rock and roll. It's about survival, resilience, and the human will to rise, no matter how far you fall. John Michael Osbourne was born in 1948 in Birmingham, England. Growing up in a working-class family, life was never easy. Music became his escape, and by the late 1960s, he formed Black Sabbath, a band that would redefine rock forever. But fame came with a price: backstage chaos, relentless touring, and the pressures of the music industry led him straight into substance abuse. By the 1980s, Ozzy's partying wasn't just a phase. It was a full-blown lifestyle. He was taking drugs and drinking at levels that would have killed most people multiple times over. How did he survive? Years later, scientists would take a look at his DNA. They discovered rare genetic variations that made him unusually tolerant to certain substances. This didn't make him invincible. It didn't protect him from disease or the damage he was doing to his body. But it gave him a fighting chance, a statistical anomaly that let him walk where most would have fallen. Luck played a role, but it wasn't enough. What truly saved Ozzy wasn't science. It was love, determination, and relentless support. Sharon Osbourne refused to watch him self-destruct. She dragged him to rehab when he refused, stayed by his side through multiple relapses, and fought for him even when he couldn't fight for himself. Recovery wasn't quick. It was messy, painful, and full of setbacks. But each time he fell, Sharon reminded him that he could rise again. Ozzy's journey is a masterclass in resilience. He failed. He stumbled. He nearly lost everything, again and again. But each time, he chose to rise. He went back on stage. He went back to recording. He rebuilt his life piece by piece. And today, decades later, Ozzy Osbourne is still here. Not just surviving, but thriving in his own chaotic way. Ozzy's story isn't just about addiction. It's about the fragile balance between luck, genetics, and human support. It's about hitting rock bottom and finding the courage to climb back. It's a reminder that no matter how far you fall, with determination, help, and resilience, you can rise again. If you found Ozzy's story inspiring, hit subscribe for more powerful true stories like this. Your support helps keep these stories alive and reminds us all that survival isn't just about luck. It's about fighting, rising, and never giving up.